What's up, y'all? Straight to the point. Back again. Hit the like. Sub to the channel. Do all that good stuff. Appreciate y'all. Salute y'all for being up in here. Sugar 10 toes down. Ron 10 toes down. Salute to y'all. Hope y'all doing good. I'm back again, putting the icing on the cake for today. Got a few more videos that I'm gonna drop and everything, but just some informative videos just in case you want to look at it, just for your liking. Appreciate y'all being in the building with me. All right, look, man. It was about time that they went ahead and they made it. What's up with it, Ted? See you in here, man. It was about time that they made the official election for both Vinsanity, aka Vince Carter, and Mr. Big Shot, aka Chauncey Billups. Okay. I've always liked Chauncey Billups, despite what some people may feel. A lot of people don't feel that Chauncey Billups was a Hall of Famer. I felt like he was a Hall of Famer. I'm going to save the best for last. I'm going to talk about Vinsanity for last. Okay. Now, Chauncey Billups may have not been the better player, like talent-wise, out of the two, but he definitely was more important than Vince Carter, okay? And let me tell you why. Chauncey Billups, man, he knew how to really control the game. Now, he started off slow, his first couple of seasons, first couple of years in the NBA, coming out of Minnesota. It was a rough start for Chauncey Billups, okay? He had to find his niche, where he started to flourish a little bit his later years. The earlier years when he was playing for the Nuggets, because a lot of people got to realize that he actually played for the Nuggets in the beginning of his years. What's up with it, Alex? In the beginning of his years, and then in the mid career, a little bit after the Pistons or whatnot, when he was playing with Carmelo and all that. Chauncey Billups, man, his best years were with the Pistons, though. Okay, and he was known for being able to control the game, but when he needed to take over, he would always do stuff at the right time, hit that right shot at the right time. That's why they called him Mr. Big Shot. And he was a very slept-on, clutch performer. Okay? Chauncey Billups, he did have a offensive repertoire. Now for the Pistons, I think he averaged around 17 points a game, about 6 assists total. I think his highest assist total was at 8.6. Also, you got to realize that with Chauncey Billups, he was a second team all defensive 3 times. I think he was second team all NBA 1 time, I think it was. Of course, he's a champion, and he was a 4-time All-Star, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, those were, and I look at the defensive end. One could argue he should have been on the first team, and when we talk about defense. Chauncey Billups, man, was one of those type of players where he was a true floor general. And a lot of people don't know this, man. Chauncey Billups would hold you accountable. That's why he is a coach. Now, is he doing a particularly good job as a coach? It's been a rough start, especially being with when with the Blazers or whatever. Of course he was under the Doc Rivers tree and all that, but it doesn't take anything away from him as a player. I'm telling you, a lot of people have told me and sat up there and told me that Chauncey Billups is not a Hall of Famer. And I'm like, what are you smoking? This guy is a Hall of Famer. And on top of that, a lot of people got to understand that he has a Finals MVP. And a lot of people don't really look at a final. I don't know why people put the importance of an MVP above a Finals MVP, but a Finals MVP is way more important than a regular season MVP because you're doing it at the highest peak of the season when everything matters the most, when everything is on the line. Right, 89% foul shooter. Yeah. And so, yeah, Mr. Big Shot, he made it in, and I'm glad he did. He deserved it. Like I said, his best years to me were when he was with the Pistons and with the Nuggets. He did a good job when he was with the Nuggets too. And then of course he took on a veteran role with the Clippers and all of that, and then he finally ended his career again with the Pistons and everything when they retired him. But he's gonna have his jersey hung in the rafters by multiple franchises. So salute to Chauncey. Now let's get to the nitty gritty. Let's get to Vince Carter. Vinsanity. Now, coming out of college, a lot of people didn't expect Vince Carter to be what he was. I'm going to be real with you. Okay? And everybody's going to debate me on this, but I guarantee you, when you go back and you go look at the history of everything, the player that they thought was going to emerge and going to be better and be a better NBA player, it was Antoine Jamison. Because Antoine Jamison was player of the year and all of that coming out of Carolina. Boy, were they wrong. Vince Carter came in pretty much, they were comparing him to Jordan, everything. He was dunking on everybody. Vince was must-see TV, okay? Vince was must-see TV, all right? Now, I hate the way his career ended. Not that it ended bad or whatever, but Vince could have gotten a lot more awards per se, especially that championship too. But with the Raptor years, man, he averaged 24.5 points. And then when he was a combination of the Nets and the Magic, of course he averaged it was around like total of 16.5 points or whatever. But he was in the 20s especially when he was a combination of Jersey and the Magic or whatever. And then toward the end of his career, he became just shooting and a shooter and stuff like that. He could still get up, but the knock on Vince, yeah, he was an 8-time All-Star. He was a perennial All-Star, but we all know what really slowed down Vince, and it's a guy by the name of Bruce Bowen. Okay, to this day, everybody talks about how dirty Draymond Green is and stuff like that. You don't see Draymond Green taking out people's feet. That's what Bruce Bowen used to do. And that's what he did to Vince Carter. Vince Carter had pretty much broke his ankle, fractured his ankle, whatever you want to call it, at a 90 degree. And that was Bruce Bowen. I can't stand Bruce Bowen because of that, man. Yeah, and that's what a lot of people really don't talk about. It really set because the type of athleticism you see on the thumbnail that I got there when when he jumped over that dude's head, and you know that guy that he jumped over and dunked on his head in the Olympics, man. I think he made him stop playing basketball because he was the butt of jokes for so long. And if they would have had social media back then, could you imagine the amount of trolling and memes they would have had back then? They're probably doing it now. I would imagine they coming with all types of memes and stuff like that. But could you imagine what type of memes they would have had for that guy? But yeah, it made him stop playing basketball because everybody made fun of him for Vince Carter jumping over this dude's head. But Vince Carter, man, yeah, he was an 8-time All-Star. I don't think. I think he made. I think he made the All NBA third team, if I'm not mistaken. But he really didn't have any like accomplishments, like when we talk about some of the upper echelon accomplishments, like the defensive player of the year or steals leader or any of that stuff. He was an 8-time. Well, he was a slam dunk contest winner, and that still today is the best contest to me because he showed out by himself. He pretty much stole the show from everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't really nobody really could compete with him. Everybody was like, in that contest, you really don't even remember anybody else in that contest besides Vince Carter. Because everybody was so anxious to see what's next. That's when the dunk contest, that's when you were ready to see something. Like, that's when you wanted to see the dunk contest. You'd be ready to have your dinner, you know what I'm saying? Be ready to sit down, eat, and all that stuff. Man, what the hell Vince gonna do next? Stuff like that. It's not that type of excitement anymore. You would have had to live during that time to really understand. What's up with it? Be more legend. I see you in the building. And shout out to the whole Baltimore DMV. We got them all in here. Sugar, Be More Legend, all y'all. I know y'all happy for Angel Reese. She gonna put on for y'all. Another one to put on for the DMV, Baltimore, that area. You know what I'm saying? You got Carmelo. You got KD. Now Angel Reese, you know what I'm saying, and plenty others. Michael Beasley, you know what I'm saying. I could go on and on and on and on. I wish Josh Selby would have Selby. I wish he would have panned out, but he didn't pan out like I thought he would. Yeah, Steve Francis, man. I met Steve Francis' best friend before he passed away. It was a guy by the name of Pierre, man. I remember that guy. He was a real good friend because Steve Francis was over here in Houston, and he was real good friends with this guy named Pierre, man. And I didn't believe him. He had God rest his soul, man. He passed away from cancer, but he was like best friends with Steve Francis. Yeah, Selby, man. I wish he would have panned out, man. I thought when he went to Kansas, I thought that was gonna be I thought that was gonna be his ticket right there, going to the NBA, and he was gonna make it, man. I liked him coming out of high school. I liked his attitude too, man. He had that man, he didn't want to talk to you. He didn't want to be your friend on the court. None of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? He just had that real feisty attitude. I like that. But to get back to Vince, man, he was amazing to watch, man. And Vince actually had a nice offensive repertoire besides just dunking. He had a nice shot. Now he didn't shoot an extremely high percentage or whatever. Sometimes he could be a little streaky. He could be a little volume shooter when he was struggling or whatever. But he had a nice little put game. You know what I'm saying? The way he shot, he actually had a nice shot. You know what I'm saying? And he started to do what his cousin was starting to do, McGrady, with that pull up in transition and stuff. But in transition, he really didn't need to pull up for no jumper and none of that stuff, man. If I'm talking about events before the injuries, oh, you might as well forget it. You might as well forget it. Anthony Edwards is and that's what often forgets to get talked about is the athleticism that Vince had. So when we sit here and compare Anthony Edwards and stuff like that, he jumps that high. He has that type of athleticism. People forget about how high Vince Carter used to jump. My favorite dunk, though, is when he came baseline on Mutombo. How could you forget about that? You thought Will Barton? Well, yeah, Will Barton, man, but Will Barton, man, got done wrong, man. I don't. I think the league did Will Barton wrong, man. But I like Selby better though. To me, Selby coming out of high school, he was that guy, man. And then, of course, what he did at in college, because he went to Kansas. He played under Bill Self, and I thought that he was gonna make it, man. I really thought that because I saw him play at not in person, but I saw it on the internet, man. I was looking at him when he played at Dykeman. When he was playing in that, because I used to watch all them guys play at Dykeman, like Mike Beasley and Kevin Durant, and then he was at Rico Hines. He played at Rico Hines too. But I'm not mad at you for that though, for feeling that way though, Be More Legend. I mean, you were right there in front of him, so I mean, you from the city. You and Sugar Mama, y'all from the y'all in that area, so y'all definitely know better than I do. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying I used to like him. He had a lot of promise, man. But Vince Sanity was amazing to watch. He was must see he was must see TV, man. And a lot of people were even questioning whether or not he was a Hall of Famer. As a matter of fact, I felt like Vince was more of a Hall of Famer than T Mac was, just because of the longevity factor. And to me, Vince Young captivated the crowd more than McGrady did. McGrady, don't get me wrong, McGrady was nice and everything, but at first it was Vince. And then I guess T Mac wanted to do his own. He wanted to do his own thing. As soon as he left the Raptors, he wanted to go to Orlando and start to branch out. Which you can't be mad at that. If you got a chance to go ahead and build your own legacy, you can't be mad at that. But if I had to go with just overall career, who had the better career, I got to go with Vinsanity. You said longevity and more highlights. Come on, man. These people cannot drive. But T Mac, he was Kobe before Kobe. Well, the thing about it is that they were arguably the best two guards in the league. I never thought that T Mac had an edge on Kobe at all. You clearly saw the difference. Now them two, they work back and forth. Of course, T Mac was the leading scorer and everything, but Kobe was more successful, and Kobe, to me, he worked a little bit harder than T Mac. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying. If anybody had a chance to actually be better than Kobe, it was Vinsanity, man. It was Vince, man. Because I mean, yeah, you got highlights. Don't get me wrong, you got highlights of T Mac and stuff like that. But if you pull up a Vince Carter highlight reel and you pull up a T Mac highlight reel, which one are you gonna want to watch? Most people are gonna automatically go to Vince Carter. You know what I'm saying? But I like all of them, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, they were all looking. Somebody was trying to be better than Jordan. They were trying to find that person that was going to be better than Jordan. And Vince Carter had the same body type. He had the athleticism, but the knock on Vince Carter is that he didn't have the drive, and he didn't have that man, I gotta kill you type of mentality. He didn't have that killer's mentality like Kobe had. Yeah, number 15. Yeah, man. Yeah, I like them Raptors jerseys though. I like them Raptors jerseys, man. You said, nah, I can't agree with that, Polo. T-Mac was a better shooter. Nah, no, he wasn't. Not at all. T-Mac shot a horrible percentage. Matter of fact, he was one of the worst. Go look that up, B more. And he wasn't a better defender because he wasn't on any all defensive team. I think he was probably maybe like on a third team or something like that. You know how many all defensive team Kobe was? He was on at least three of them. And as far as a better shooter, no, he wasn't. Wasn't a better shooter than Kobe. He shot a very, very low percentage, man. And at times, T-Mac actually would be a volume shooter, man. He didn't shoot a high percentage for his career. Now, don't get me wrong, he was clutch and everything, but if you go back and you go align them up and you go look at their shooting percentages, Kobe actually shot a better percentage. Yeah, that wasn't good. And at one point he was really low. But like I said, it doesn't take away from him being able to score and everything. But sometimes T-Mac would shoot your team out of a ball game. I mean, Kobe would do that he would shoot the team out of a ball game, but most of the time it would be T-Mac. Sometimes they're like, man, T-Mac, pass the ball. Like everybody talks about how Kobe would hog the rock and do all that other stuff. When T-Mac, before T-Mac had went to Toronto, ball playing that point forward and all that stuff, right? But it was like when he got to Orlando, man, he was like, this dude was shooting everything. I'm like, damn, T-Mac, give up the rock, nigga. Oh, you talking about Vince. You talking about Vince. Okay, you talking about Vince. In comparison, okay, sorry about that, bro. Okay, my bad. Yeah, Vince. Vince actually shot. He didn't shoot a particularly high amount of threes until he ended his career. He actually became a better shooter. He became a better shooter, 3-point shooter, as he ended his career. So even with that, now T-Mac does have the edge on Vinsanity as far as defense is concerned. That's one of the knocks I think that a lot of people don't understand is that T-Mac did. If he needed to play defense, then he would. And that's what I talk about. Like when we compare people, I'm glad B More is bringing this up, man, and Ted and everybody else that's in here, Sugar and Ron. I'm glad that this conversation comes up because okay, now we can compare these types of players, like LeBron and Jordan. That's not a good comparison, but like a good comparison is T-Mac and Kobe, or Kobe and Vince Carter. Those are comparisons that I like. You know what I'm saying? But comparing LeBron to Kobe or LeBron to Jordan, that's really a stupid comparison. But if you look at Kobe, you look at Vinsanity, you look at Jordan, you look at T-Mac, they all play similar, because they all wanted the ball in the clutch. They all had that, well, with the exception of, Vince Carter, he wanted the ball in the clutch, but he just didn't have that killer mentality quite like Kobe and MJ did. But, you know, he was athletic, could get to the rack and everything, had the same body type, they played the same position. You said Kobe and Rick Barry. I mean, hey, but Rick Barry, man, he could hoop, man. Golden State. With the funny free throw, man. But nah, I mean, I could go all day on that era. What is this girl doing? I could go all day on that era. And I didn't understand what people were saying. You said outside of Bird, who the best white player? Oh man. Like, are you talking about American white or just European white or just white skin pigmentation, period? Because I got Bird as my starting small forward, but I did enjoy watching several others, man. Even though I didn't really particularly, he used to piss me off sometimes with his game sometimes, but I did like John Stockton. I did like John Stockton, even though he don't have the rings. Chris Mullin was solid. Right now, man, and even when we talk about right now, man, you gotta look at Joker. And I'm talking about people that I actually watch. I mean, of course, you know, I'll say like Jerry West and Pete Maravich and stuff like that, but I watch highlights. I'm talking about people that I actually watched. But see, like right now, I look at a guy like Joker. Everybody, like, people don't really understand basketball. Like when I say that Joker can control a game pretty much better than a lot of these guys in the NBA right now. That's why he's a leading candidate for MVP again. Um, like that speaks for itself. That speaks volumes for itself. Being able to control a game at the center position. Yeah, Tom Chambers. I'm hoping he gets a bid too. Yeah, but I like Chris Mullin, but I like Chris Mullin when I saw him at St. John's, and then when I watched Chris Mullin, because I used to not like him for I'm like, man, it was hard for me to get into him. Then I started paying attention to him more, and then I started looking at some of his his stuff when he was in at St. John's. I looked at the whole game and stuff like that. I was like, man, Chris Mullin was a bad dude, man. But I like John Stockton, and like Ted said, Tom Chambers. I still remember, him, high flying and stuff. I used to like Datlas Shrimp, man. I thought Datlas Shrimp was nice, man. Rex Chapman. I didn't know Rex Chapman had a drug addiction like that though. Cause I was looking at that that Vlad interview. I didn't know Rex Chapman had a drug addiction like that, man. Yeah, Rex Chapman. And Rex Chapman used to get up, but I don't know, he looked different. He looked different now than what he did back in the days. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how some people they don't look the same? Like Rex Chapman looked different back in the days than he does now. Yeah, man, he had a drug addiction. I think he was addicted to drugs, man. That's what he was talking about. He battled addiction, just like anybody else. They battled their fair share of demons and all of that, man. But yeah, man, Rex was a high flyer, man. He used to be able to get up, man. Guys like him and Sean Kemp and all of them, man, they definitely had their demons, man. But let's thank the Most High that they alive to talk about it though. Even like David Thompson, you know what I'm saying? He struggled with addiction too. Oh, you like Jeff Hornacek? Man, and he did a solid job for us and stuff, but I really couldn't get into Jeff Hornacek like that. I really couldn't get into him like that. Now, I did pay attention to. Now, I didn't like watch him like live a lot because, of course, I didn't grow up in that era per se. But uh, Billy Cunningham, the Kangaroo, I watched some of his highlights and stuff. Like I would watch, Jerry West and Pete Maravich. I would watch film on these guys, but it wasn't like I saw them live. You understand what I'm saying? But Angel Reese, man, I'm glad that she's declaring for the WNBA. She definitely, her stock is gonna be high regardless of, because she's got a national championship under her belt. Uh, what are some things that I could see her improving on? Um, of course, it's always going to be, being able to be consistent. You know what I'm saying, from the outside. Uh, but I think that she has all the tools necessary. Now, do I think that she's better than a Juju Watkins? Nah, not at all. Is she a better shooter than Kaylin Clark? No, that she's not. But she is a good defender. Okay, she's a very solid defender, a tenacious rebounder for her size. Okay, she loves to get in and mix it up. And on top of that, she's got the mental capability and the mental makeup to withstand any type of pressure. She's been the villain before. People got to understand something. Candace Parker was a villain. Kelly Tripucka, that name, Tripucka. Kelly Tripucka. I used to, you know what though, Olenek, man, I thought Olenek was gonna, Olenek would have some flashes every now and then, man. But I kind of like Olenek, man. Yeah, Angel loves to compete, man. She definitely like she's gonna get a rise out of whoever she plays, out of her opponents. You know what I'm saying? Um, when you talk about somebody that could get up under the opposing girl's skin, Angel can do that. Angel is able to do that. So I could see her doing good in the WNBA. I'm hoping that she has a successful career. Uh, she definitely she got the size. You know what I'm saying, to do it. Now is she as tall as Lisa Leslie and all them? No, she's not like no Rebecca Lobo or Lisa Leslie size and none of that, but she's still gonna be a solid WNBA player, and I like the drama that she brings, man. That's what the WNBA needs. You know what I'm saying? She's definitely must see TV. I stand by Angel Reese, man. All them people that be hating on her, you know, them calling her ratchet and ghetto and all this other stuff. See, when it's cool when she do it. When I'm talking about Kaylin Clark, it's cool when she do it. The whole little "you can't see me" John Cena thing, but it's a problem when Angel do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm on my finesse 2 times. It's cool when they do it. It's a problem when they do it. F it. They want to sit here and they want to constantly they want to throw stones at her. Just for competing. What is she supposed to do? She's supposed to go out there and sing "Kumbaya" and all that other stuff. No, that's not what sports is about. You're supposed to go out there. You're supposed to compete. You said Angel, wild hair, attitude, lashes, scare white folk. Yeah, but I mean, okay. What's it called? Coach Moki. Her outfits are loud, and she's got the blonde hair, and she's a Southern Belle and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? She's a little, on edge and stuff like that. But you see what I'm saying? It's all right. They give her. They'll be like, oh yeah, that's just Coach Moki or whatever. But see, when Angel Reese is on social media, living in the social media age and everything, and she's making TikTok videos and stuff like that. Oh, then she got to be ratchet. Oh, she got to be ghetto. Yeah, a double standard. You know, it's all right for the other race to do it, but let a black woman do it. She ratchet, she ghetto. You know what I'm saying? She wearing lashes or anything like all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? But it's okay. What they want her to do is they want her to be another statistic out here, which is, you know, a woman that that ain't doing nothing, just sitting in the house, relying on a guy, popping out babies. You know what I'm saying? Out there, going to the club and not doing nothing productive. Uh, you know, ain't got no job, ain't got no career. You know, somebody they not taking care of their kids and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Just having babies. She not focused on any of that. She focused on getting her degree. She focused on playing basketball. She playing on a national stage. You know what I'm saying? What more do you want? No, what you want her to do is you want her to be out in the street. You want her to be in somebody's jail cell. And she refused to do that. She's not going to do that. She was raised well. You know what I'm saying? If you look at it, you look at her family background and stuff like that, man, her parents, she got raised very well. Yeah, they try to ruin that girl, man. They try to ruin her, and that's sad because she was a damn good tennis player. You talking about Naomi Osaka, right? Yeah, they always want to. They make a big deal out of anything that a black person does. Yeah, yeah. Anything that a black person does or a person of color does, they try to make it, abnormal. But when it comes to a white person, a Caucasian person, they try to normalize it. Yeah, it does. It terrifies them. You know, a black person that has a business, you know what I'm saying? They don't like nobody. They want you to be in an environment where they can control you. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you to have ownership of anything. You understand what I'm saying? See, and look, I understand P. Diddy's going through what he's going through right now, but part of the main reason that P. Diddy going through what he's going through right now is the fact that he had a brand that he had ownership over. You know what I'm saying? And then when he wanted to, when he had a debacle over guys that were that were, let's just call it what it is, from a different color or whatever, then they were ready to push the button and flip the script on him. And now look what's happening. Look, if P. Diddy is guilty, throw his ass in jail, throw away the key or whatever, right? Um, you know, put him under the jail. But he still got to have his day in court. You still got to present evidence, and all of this stuff. You know what? All of this stuff is beginning to. I know the play, man. What they want to do, man, really is. I feel like the attorneys and the lawyers, they want to get money. That's pretty much what they want to do. And then they get as much money as they can, then go ahead and then bang that gavel. P. Diddy not guilty. Then guess what? We back to square one again. That's what I have a feeling is going on. Because you got to understand they saw him at the airport. They questioned him. They questioned him at the airport, but okay, then you gonna bring a military, a military team to bust in this dude's house or whatever. You know what I'm saying? As if this guy was truly a threat. You know what I'm saying? Like ready for action and stuff like that on some Scarface stuff, knowing damn well that he wasn't there. But see, we don't know that. We really honestly right now everything is speculation and allegation, man. I mean, yeah, they talking about the parties, people coming out left and right. You know, people even going so far to say that Keith Murray, he's going through what he's going through or whatever. Everybody know who Keith Murray is. The most beautifulest thing in this world. That dude, Keith Murray. It's just everybody left and right. Something every day is about Diddy. Now his son or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh yeah, his son was partying with him too, and all this other stuff. Man, they just trying to get everybody in there, as much as they can. But let's see let's see the evidence. Let's go to trial. Let's see all this stuff that we talking about right now. Other than that, they don't have nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm being real and looking. I'm not saying that I'm 100% with Diddy with what he's doing, or I'm in support of what he's doing. What I'm saying is that all this stuff is really based on just a couple people. Really, it's on Little Rod, aka Rodney Jones, okay, who's been finger pointing and trying to put people on blast or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then of course Cassie, who's been talking to the feds, and she doing everything that she can to bring this man down. Look, sometimes I often believe that maybe she didn't get truly what she wanted, and that's why she doing all of this. You never know what it is, man. So, like, we not stupid, Ted, man. I know I'm not, and I'm not gonna sit up here and fall for no banana in the tailpipe, so to speak, because after a while, you get to scratching your head, and you like, okay, let's take this thing to trial. You haven't made no arrest yet. Yeah, she greedy or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, and do I believe that Diddy was involved in some stuff? Yeah, I do. But after a while, you kind of like, man, come on now. Because when you start getting successful, that's when, look, I'll put to you like this: when you start getting successful and you start getting a lot of popularity, man, you'll be surprised who comes around and who doesn't. It's the same thing with YouTube, too. You say, I'll be sure looking for a bag. Yeah, it's the same thing. Like, we're here on YouTube or whatever. When you when you start to grow and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? You have some people that are slowly kind of, they'll strategically try to destroy you. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same thing with the music. It's the same thing in sports. You have people in there that are strategically try to do everything they can to destroy you. And then when they see that it's not bothering you and not affecting you or anything like that, it angers them even more. But yeah, I'll be sure, man, and I'm just like, man, this stuff, man. It's a circus. You know, you coming out with a book now. You want to come out with a book. How ironic! You want to come out with a book now. Well, you need to be off on your own. Then you need to be off on your own. So, I mean, listen. Whatever they're saying, you know, I don't believe LeBron is doing anything, man. I think, you know, that's up there. You know, I posted that because, you know, some people, they're gonna say, yeah, when he said he ain't no party like a Diddy party, I don't believe that, you know, he was doing none of that stuff. I just think that, you know, some people are making a big deal out of it. Like I said, I don't know him. Now, if we're talking about like a Bobby Valentino or Dwight Howard and stuff like that, or man, even with even with what's his name with Young Buck, man. I mean, them guys actually got caught. They got caught, man. Like, I'm serious though. Like, if we want to dive into it, y'all want to, you want to go ahead and you want to talk about it. Let's talk about it. Okay. Them guys actually got caught up and they were put on blast. And okay, do you see LeBron sitting next to a dude, Brown Sugar, actually touching that dude's balls? Nah, you don't see that. Do you see do you hear rumors of of uh LeBron uh being with a transformer? No, but Bobby Valentino, he was already on blast. Okay, do you have LeBron having to come out and and explain himself like Young Buck had to explain himself? Well, you see, man, what happened was no. The dude is married, got kids now. I'm not saying that these dudes have other fetishes and all this other stuff, but come on, man. These guys are blatantly, they have been caught up. What's that girl? What's that Transformer name that put Chingy on blast or whatever? She had the surgery and all that stuff. Looked like a guy and all that. I forgot the light skinned girl. I always forget light skinned guy, but now it's the girl or whatever. Right, but I'm still not gonna put that on him, man. I think it's really, I just think it's unfair. What are we basing it on? Because he was dancing with Shaq and all that stuff. Man, come on, man. Hey, man. But see, with Bobby Valentino and Chingy and Young Buck and all them, hey, you got the proof in the pudding. It's right there. Now you got some explaining to do. That's a completely different situation right there. Yeah, but it don't make it a fact though. That's and that's you know that's how, like, a lot of people, man, like, that's how rumors, like, I'm telling you, man, like, some people, man, that's a jacket that's hard to take off of you. You know what I'm saying? And like, to be honest with you, I hadn't heard anything like that about LeBron up until, I guess, the internet. But with Young Buck, yeah, I did hear that. With Bobby Valentino, yes, I heard that. With Dwight Howard, been hearing it his whole career. You know what I'm saying? And unless you talk about some of these other guys, that done actually came out and admitted that they were and all this other stuff, like the Jason Collins and Michael Sams and all that other stuff. Okay, all right, all right, all right. It's okay. I mean, look, man. That man, that man got his own life. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely not gonna like. I'm not gonna get. I guess you could say too amped about it because I don't know him personally. You know what I'm saying? But all I'm gonna say is, from what I see, no. And he said, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, but um, but that's not everybody though. Nah, not at all. Just reporting the news, man. Nah, man, I'm not worried about LeBron because I got my own kids. I got my own life. I, I'm just saying I'm not. I don't think that's him. But I mean, like you said, you got your opinion, and until I see something like, because from what I hear, like if you hear stuff like about like what Cameron said about Mace, about dildos being on the sink and all that other stuff, I hadn't heard anything like that about LeBron. So I'm not gonna sit here and automatically just because of maybe I don't like LeBron or something like that. I'm definitely not gonna do that. I mean, they even go. I mean, like just like earlier, you know, people go so as far as they don't even like his kids. They don't even like his kids. And they'll say, oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, man, F Bronny. And Bronny don't that hadn't even done anything to anybody. You know what I'm saying? But that's the evil, sick people twisted. Like I could not like you as a basketball player, but I can actually appreciate, you know, what you do off the court and all that other stuff, you know what I'm saying? And then also what you're doing, you know what I'm saying, for your family and stuff like that. But I mean, hey, it's like what I said, man. If they choose to live that life and they're doing it, you know what I'm saying, behind closed doors, that's on them. That's between them, whoever they with, and the Most High. But I don't get that type of vibe from LeBron because he was singing "Yeah Glow." I like Glorilla's music. I like Sexy Red's music. I used to like Lil Kim. I used to like all of them. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead and run up. Go ahead and run up. And I'll tell you this too. A lot of them, the Transformers and the Rainbows and all that other stuff. You thinking like you could run up on them? You know what I'm saying? Shoot, some of them guys, man, they'll you get a rude awakening. Well, this ain't Scarface. The eyes never lie, Chico. And I definitely don't see no vibes like that from LeBron. We must be looking at the way I look at LeBron, man. I just look at him as I look at LeBron as a guy that wants to accomplish as much as he wants to accomplish before he gets up out of this game. You know what I'm saying? Um, and he'll do anything. Now, as far as him snaking people and him being conniving and stuff like that, oh yeah, I get those type of vibes. But fruity vibes, nah, nah. Hell, I'll probably say that for somebody like D Wade before I said that, or you know, I ain't never seen Russell Westbrook wore a skirt. Yeah. Wait a minute. Russell Westbrook wore a skirt. You ain't talking about that. Russell Westbrook wore a skirt, man. All these dudes wearing skirt. I ain't seen LeBron with no skirt on. Hey, am I lying, Ron? Man, when are you? Hey, I think I saw. Didn't James Harden wore a skirt? He be wearing purses and stuff, man. I ain't seen LeBron wear no purses. Man, when you see him wear no man, get out of here, man. He ain't one, man. Man, I done seen Kyle Kuzma coming in no bubblegum ass sweater and shit. You don't see LeBron wearing no stupid stuff like that. You got what's his name wearing a jacket. You got Miles Turner up in there wearing girly clothes and stuff like that. Like he Oprah Winfrey or some bullshit. Man, get out of here, man. Like that. LeBron, hey, pull me up a picture where I see LeBron wearing a skirt. Every time I see LeBron, man, he dressed in something. He got the suit on or he got something else on. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen him in no what's that damn, what's her name? Zoe Zeldana, one of them old big old jackets. Like, how she be wearing, that's what Kyle Kuzma be wearing. He had that big old, them big old sweaters. You can't even stick your hand out there. Man, nigga, just put a regular sweater on. Hey, look, I wouldn't even clown you if you had a Bill Cosby sweater on. Man, you coming in there with that old big ass Clifford the Big Red Dog ass sweater on and shit. Man, you better get up out of here with that, man. I ain't seen LeBron wear none of that stuff, man. I don't see Kendrick Perkins wearing none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? We talking about real masculine, manly men, man. Shoot, man. I'm not gonna put on no tight jeans that are tighter than some women that are wearing leggings and all that other stuff. You got some men wearing that stuff. You got Jalen Green out here with videos of him humping men and stuff like that. you don't hear LeBron doing none of that stuff. Yeah, that's what I said, Ron. Hey, look, man. Run up on some of these guys, though. Run up on them. And them guys won't even hit you. They'll probably do a roundhouse to the temple on you, and you'll be like, dang. Next thing you know, you end up, like, you'll wake up in a hospital somewhere. Nah, some of them guys can fight. I mean, I know, because I was looking at Get on the Bus. I remember when that gay dude, I'm sorry about that, man, when the rainbow guy, man, he fought that other guy. And look, man, it ain't to offend nobody, man. You live your life or whatever. But that just goes to show you You can't mess. You can't just go around calling anybody that, because if you're gonna call somebody like that, you just better be ready to face the consequences. If they call you out on some, hey, let's square up, then what you gonna do? And then he end up, that girl or that man, whichever gender you are, that you call out and you say that you rainbow, or you say that you a lesbian, or whatever the case is, and they end up whooping you, you can't say nothing no more. No, I'm just saying though. Hey, we got to bring facts to the table. It's facts over feelings over here. Leave them in the car. Put them in the trunk. You haven't seen LeBron in a skirt. You haven't seen him in no tight dress. You have with Westbrook. Westbrook is married, right? You got all these guys wearing purses. You got D Wade wearing fingernail polish and all that stuff. And as much as I like Dennis Rodman, he wore damn near a damn mini skirt to Pride Day and all that. You know what I'm saying? And I got Dennis Rodman in my starting five and stuff, but that don't necessarily mean I agree with none of the stuff that he do. But you ain't seen LeBron wearing no damn mini skirt to no damn Pride Day. Yeah, and that, what fruit? But how is it fruity? What is fruity about him celebrating? Like, I don't understand that. Like, I seen this dude give a 5-minute handshake. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen nothing that LeBron do as fruity. The only thing that I saw him do that was probably fruity was probably when he was dancing with Shaquille O'Neal and Dwight Howard that one time. Well, no, it was just Shaquille O'Neal. When they was all dancing. Other than that, though, they were just being silly and goofy, man. Man, yeah, man. Like, they just be hating, man. LeBron ain't it, man. This dude, like, you don't have to like LeBron, like, you know what I'm saying, on the court and all that other stuff, man. But I definitely ain't gonna call LeBron that way or whatever. Because think about it. Think about it. I would rather be in the middle of two Karens and they making a social media talking about LeBron having a threesome with two women than to have two men right there on his arm. So think about it like that. Is that fruity vibes? I'll close the castic on that one. Hey, look, man, I gotta go, man. I gotta go. All right. I gotta go, but make sure y'all like the video, share, subscribe, hit the notifications. Till then, man, it's straight to the point, sports and entertainment. I'll get at y'all later, man.